بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وبعد. Okay, this is basically practical self-ruqya part 6. In this talk, what I want to speak about is the comprehensive jet. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, what I mean by the comprehensive jet. Now, if you remember, in Practical Self-Ruqya 4 and 5, I spoke about the jet process, how to do the jet process on yourself, and how to do the jet process on others. Okay, and what we were talking about, the jet process, is basically the jinn extraction technique, how to actually remove the jinn from the patient and from yourselves, if you are patients. Okay. Now, with this comprehensive jet, this is an all-encompassing jet, which just doesn't focus on the jinn only. It deals with all the spiritual elements at the same time. That's why it's comprehensive. Now, you're probably wondering, why are we doing this? Well, the reason why we're doing this is because I had some feedback from a sister in India who said she actually tried this out. Now, what I taught that sister was, just do the jet for what? For jinn, because what is it called? Jinn extraction technique, jet, right? But what she did, and this is permissible to do, she thought, well, if I can do this with jinn, why can't I do this with, get rid of all the ain through this way, and get rid of the sihr, and get rid of all my waswas condition, get rid of everything basically I'm suffering from, including the sihr network and the hasad network. And it worked for her. So she basically got cured from everything by just doing it once. From what I remember. So subhanAllah. So when she told me this, I was quite surprised. Really, sister, everything? You just did, what did you do? Tell me about this, please. And she said, this is what I did, Saida. I just made it, and look at this. I just made intentions. Instead of just now just focusing on just the jinn. No, I didn't do that. What I did was jinn. Oh, well, I bring all the jinn to this area. Oh, well, as some of you already know maybe from the intentions of the jet. So she just didn't focus on the jinn. It was the jinn, it was the sihr, it was the ain, it was the waswas conditioning, it was the sihr network and the hasad network and any other illness that she's suffering from. Bring all into the area, Rabbi, and she didn't follow all the procedures basically. And it worked. I said, subhanAllah, thank you very much, sister. I think I'm going to have to start teaching people this. You see. So then what I did, I updated the jet article. You can find the new jet article at practicalselfruqya.com. Okay. So I updated the article. I said, I've got to tell people about this, inshallah ta'ala. People, allow people to try this out. And then, subhanAllah wa bihamdi, because of what that sister did, I tried it out on my own daughter. Now, my own daughter, subhanAllah, she was suffering from ain for quite a few years. Now, it got to the point where when I treated myself, and as some of you already know from Practical Self-Ruqya Part 4, I found out where the ain was. It was on my left knee, left side of my left knee. The ain had sort of collected in that area on my left side of my left knee. So I put a hijab, after obviously doing specific ruqya, I found out where it was. So I put a hijama cup there, and alhamdulillah, I removed all of the ain. So I was cured from ain. Alhamdulillah. Out of my ignorance, okay, I told my daughter, darling, we just have to wait. But Dad, when are we going to get rid of the ain? When are you going to do the same process you did on yourself? That's what she sort of asked me. And I said, wait, darling, wait. You have to wait. We have to wait, darling. I'll keep doing ruqya, and then you do your own ruqya as well. We'll wait for the ain to gather in a particular place. I'll work out where that is. And wherever that place is, could be on your head, it could be on your leg, could be on your arm. Wherever that is, I'll do specific ruqya to find out where that is. Then we'll put the cup on there, then we'll remove it. So I was saying that to her for about a year, I think it was. Then this Indian sister contacted me and told me what she did. I said, subhanAllah. I said, she can do that with, she did that, it worked for her. Why am I waiting for the ain to gather in a particular place on my daughter's body? Let's just, wherever it is, just treat the ain like a free-moving jinn, which moves around the body. Just treat it like that. So that's what I basically did on my own daughter. So I did it twice. So we treated this. So we're not just treating. So it's not really jet now. maybe you can call it something else, but it wasn't really. But we just used that term, okay? But it was a jet was just for dealing with what? Just dealing with the ayn, nothing else. So we put the cup on the kahal point. We read all the ruqya. We followed the same procedures as a jet one. But now I'm not just doing what? Looking for attacking the jinn. I'm going for the ayn around her body. And alhamdulillah, she got cured. I did it twice. She's now cured from ayn. Well, alhamdulillah. So now, obviously, now I'm telling people about this. And that's why the whole point of doing this talk, I spoke to the brothers because I was on holiday here. I said, look, I've got another talk. I've got to tell people about this. I've got to tell people about this. They shouldn't just focus on jinn. If you're suffering from more than that, more than just jinn, and usually most people are. When you got sihr or when you got jinn, you ain't just got jinn, you got ayn, you got sihr, maybe you got other issues. You see, so we should focus on use this jet to remove all of the spiritual elements, not just focus on the jinn. So now what we've got? We got 3 versions of the jet process now. Okay, so we got version 1, which is used for what? As I said, version 1, and you'll see it on a new jet article which I've updated, is for those jinns which are moving around wherever they are. It doesn't matter how many jinn you've got, the jinns which are moving around the body, you can't catch them. We've got to use Ruqya to trap them. So they're moving around those free moving jinns around your body. That's what version 1 is all about. Okay, version 2, okay, is what we're talking about today, the comprehensive jet, and that will be for any other spiritual element. It could be just ayn, it could just be sihr, it could just be waswas condition you're dealing with. It could, it could just be one spiritual element you're dealing with, or it could be 2, or it could be more than 2. Okay, it doesn't just have to be jinn. It could be ayn, for example, like I did on my own daughter. So that's version 2, the comprehensive jet. Version 3, as you all know, that's the one I used to cure myself. And I talk about that in Practical Self-Ruqya 4, where you use specific ruqya to find out where the spiritual element has gathered and become static. That could be a jinn. Remember I told you all that I got the jinn. I found out my jinn was in this area. So from specific ruqya I found it, it wasn't there. I reacted, didn't react there. What is it? I started reacting. Oh, it's here. Things are here. Is it over here? No reaction. Over here? No reaction to the ruqya. Here, oh, I'm reacting. Oh, the jinn is here. So I put a cup there and I removed the jinn. Alhamdulillah, I got rid of the jinn. The reason I was able to do that is because the jinn was static. It wasn't moving around the body. It had to become disabled. It was just basically sitting there, waiting for me to take it out. Alhamdulillah. So that's version 3. And that could just be, that's not only for static jinn, that could be for static ayn, static waswas conditioning, static sihr somewhere. You can use that for all of the spiritual elements. And you can use, and remember I said in that talk in Practical Self-Ruqya 4 that what we usually find is that the waswas conditioning, we usually find that around the heart area. So you're going to find that there. So instead of starting to look for waswas conditioning on your head, which I started looking for it up there, I remember doing that. I wasn't reacting. I said, where's this stuff? Where is it? It's not here. I would think that, something to do with phobias and, psychological problems, it would be up here. But it wasn't. It was funny. It was down here. And I said, oh, it's over here. So then I found it around here. And when I found it, started reacting. And I reacted because my eyes were, flickering. And I knew, okay, it's in this area. I'm reacting. Okay, put a cup there and removed it. So whenever you look for waswas conditioning, look for it around this area first of all. Okay. Having said that, all right, you can still use the comprehensive jet for everything. So you don't have to necessarily, if you can't, and that's when you can't find you can't find out where the spiritual element is, because it might be difficult to work out where it exactly is sometimes. That can be difficult, no, because specific ruqya is not easy. I mean, you need a lot of experience to deal with that, and that can be difficult sometimes. So what do you do then, if you can't find out where the spiritual element is, So then you just do version 2 of the jet, which I'm talking about right now, which I'm going to demonstrate on a diagram as well, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah, so they're the 3 versions of the jet. Okay, you can find versions 1 and 2 in the jinn extraction technique article. So if you go to practicalselfruqya.com, go to the jinn extraction technique there, and you'll find it. You'll find versions 1 and 2. You scroll down version 1. You see version 1 will be the beginning. If you scroll down at the bottom, you should see version 2 of the jet. Okay. Okay, and you find that at practicalselfruqya.com. That would be called the jet extraction technique. You can find version 3 of the jet in the article How Allah Cured Me. Alright, and you'll find that at practicalselfruqya.com. Okay. Now let's look at 2 diagrams which will help you visualize actually what is going on, because it's really important to try to understand, to visualize this, what's going on when you do this comprehensive job, what exactly is going on. I've got my own theories, we're going to look at that to help you visualize it, so when you do it, you know what you're doing, inshallah ta'ala. So it helps you when you make your intentions, inshallah ta'ala. So let's look at these 2 diagrams, inshallah ta'ala. Alright, bismillah. Alright, we've got 2 diagrams here. The first diagram is basically a diagram of a patient who's suffering from all of the spiritual ailments, as you can see. Now, the second diagram is basically a close-up of what happens underneath the hijama cup. Okay, so you just got to imagine that the hijama cup is covering this, and we can see what the ruqya actually does to the person. Okay, so this is in the hijama point, and what actually happens when you do the ruqya during the jet. So let's look at the first one, and I'll try to describe what's going on here with this poor patient. Okay, if we look at up here first of all, what we've got here a hasad network, basically, as I've described in Practical Self-Ruqya 2, okay, and 3. Okay, so we've got hasida here, a woman who's jealous of another sister. Okay, now this is the sister, so we found that obviously, I'm not going to go to explain how we all know this, but this sister is connected to this sister. Okay, this is the wife of this brother here. So there's a connection. We know there is this connection because when we treat people, you spray ruqya water between them. We know there's a problem there. There's a connection. Okay. If you want more information regarding that, you need to go to the other videos. Okay. So there's a hasad network here. All right. So that's the hasida. She's jealous of this wife marrying this brother. So this poor brother doesn't even know what's going on, and he's affected by this woman indirectly. Okay. And as I described in Practical Self-Ruqya 3, what we've done in this situation, we've got this brother, if you've got this brother to wash with his wife's water, then this would go away. But he doesn't know, maybe he doesn't even know that this is the situation here, see? So we're taking it as if he doesn't know that he's there, okay? Alright. So we've got hasad network here. So there you got hasida, the wife, and the poor brother. And this is obviously ayn hasad here, you see? Which he's suffering from. On the other side, what we've got here is another ayn, and this is probably ayn muta'ajjib. So ayn which, oh, that looks lovely, nice, that looks beautiful on you, or you look very handsome in that. So that's that type of ayn over there. Yeah. If we look over into around his heart area, then he's obviously got the waswas conditioning there as well. Yeah. So phobias, OCD, other issues, other issues he might have, other psychological issues. He's got that there as well. Okay. Then if you look down, what we've got here. We've got a jinni, he's got one jinni there, so one jinn, or a jinni, okay, and you've got another jinni there, on the other side, okay. Well, this first jinni, what he's got here, is a sihr network he's connected to. So there's the yellow here, being the sihr, and then there's a sihr network over here, made up of what? We've got the sahir here, and obviously it's the jinns inside the sahir, which is causing the problem here. That's what causes all of the problems really, that jinn in the sahir. The jinn in the sahir is the big issue here. Not the sahir himself, the human element of the sahir. It's the jinni. It's the jinn inside the hasad. That's what we believe. Okay. Then we've got the ta'weeth, which is connected to that, and then obviously that is connected to the poor brother. Okay. And you've got sihr there. Obviously, when you spray ruqya in between these two, okay, you'll see that the brother will start shaking. When you get the ta'weeth, you hold the ta'weeth, and you spray the water in between. That's how we know that this is there. Okay. And on the other side, what has he got here? The brother's he's connected to another hasad network here, but this time he's directly getting something from the hasad. This is a male now, so this male might be jealous of him. You just might be jealous of him for money or whatever. Okay, so then in this situation, we've got jinn related to that. Jinn is there with that as well, as usual. You might have a jinn there, or as also with the sihr, you get a jinn with it as well. See? So this time now, there's no indirect object here. The brother is a direct object. Obviously, this is worse than what he was facing with his wife, because that's just like an indirect situation. But now here, this is directly something that's come from the hasad and is affecting the poor brother. This is much stronger. Okay, so you got that as well. All right. Now, when you do the jet, okay, this comprehensive jet, this version 2 of the jet, you can treat everything at the same time. We don't have to necessarily go, well, let's find out where the jinn is. Let's do specific ruqya to find out where that is. Or let's find out where the waswas condition. Let's see where this is. Let's see where the hasad network is. No, you don't have to worry about that. What you can do the ruqya to treat everything at the same time. You see? So once you do the intentions, remember what the intentions are. You ask God, oh Allah, bring the jinn. Or Allah, bring the ayn. Or bring Allah the sihr. Or the sihr network, the hasad network. Bring everything into the middle. And then you want to attack that with hijama. And you basically follow the instructions. So I just want to summarize here. I'm not going to go to full details. If you want the full details of the instructions, please go to the article, the jet article. Okay? And what is important here to realize is that these hasad networks and sihr networks, we can get rid of these at the same time. They're like, it'd be good to see them as hose pipes. Like hose pipes attached to the poor brother. Okay, so you like having a hose pipe coming out of you, and what you do basically, you bring in all of those things into the middle. Okay, that's what you basically want to do. And so what does it look like when you do the ruqya in the end? Well, it looks like maybe something like this. Allah knows best, but you bring everything into the middle. So just imagine that I had my hijama cup there and I've just taken it off. So I'm reading the ruqya, I'm still reading my ruqya, and I've got everything in the middle. So I've taken this the hasad network, I've taken the sihr network, I've put them all together, and I'm reading the ruqya, all the jinn is in the middle here. I've got the ayn here, I've got the sihr here, I've got the, as I said, the hasad network, the waswas condition is all here as well. And then what I'll do my cuts. I'll do all my cuts, you see. So you just follow the intentions in version 2 of the jet. If you follow those intentions, that's what you're basically doing. So when you do this, when you do the jet, you're basically bringing everything into the middle. That's what you're doing. You see, so you bring everything into the middle, and then you're going to attack it with the cuts of the blade, because that's where the cure is as the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the cut of the blade, so you can cut everything at the same time. So you actually can deal with the hasad and sihr networks. You see, so that sister, alhamdulillah, she done a wonderful thing. Because I never thought you can deal with the hasad and sihr network like that. I would just tell people to read on it and get rid of it. But there's a quicker way of getting rid of them. Because they're like spiritual ailments. Why can't you do that? Why can't we treat hijama? If we're treating jinn with these things and ayn, why can't we treat the sihr and hasad networks? Because they're just like, they're spiritual things as well. Okay? You can't see them, but yes, we can treat them the same thing. So you bring them all together into the middle with the ruqya, and then you cut them off. So that's what you basically do. Now you can do this on yourself here, at the base of your breastbone. Obviously, just above your the diaphragm area, okay? So you just cut right there, and that's what they usually call in some hijama diagrams, it's called point 133 or 133. So that point there, you put the cut there, and you read all the intentions, you bring everything into the center, and then you cut it out. That's what you would do, okay? The other point, if you're a hijamist, obviously it will be the kahan point. So this will be the kahan point for you. Take the cup off, and that will be the kahan point. So that's what you're aiming for. The reason why we need to do this is for you to sort of visualize it. Because I had a number of patients saying, I can't understand what you're actually talking about, Said. What do you mean hose pipe this and the hasad network? I mean, it's a bit difficult for them to visualize. But once they saw I did this for them, I did a different version, but I did something like this for them, they understood it. So then I thought I need to do this for the general public so they can understand what to do when they do this version 2 of the jet. And I hope that is clear now. Subhanaka wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.